I know. You thought I was the mayor. I'm not. Good afternoon. Who here got stuck by the train? When you come to the state of the city, you have to want it. We're going to deliver for you today. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Garrett Bader. Pleasure to have you here at Mayor Schmidt's 2016 State of the City Address. You know, I moved back from Florida in 2010 and have grown my company, GB Real Estate Investments, and it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be here with many of you folks who I've had the pleasure of working with in different avenues to try and make Green Bay the best place that I can be. Being here means that you care, and it means that you're committed to our city, so thank you, in spite of trains or planes or automobiles, for being here tonight. In the 6 years back, the progress that we've had has truly been amazing, especially down here. We have a ways to go, but we've come a very long way. But it can't happen with just us in this room. As committed, as dedicated as we are, it doesn't happen if we don't have the right folks at top helping to share our vision, implement the changes that we think need to be made, and sometimes fight for them in the face of some oftentimes undue criticism. Personally, it's been a real pleasure since I've been back to work with the mayor, work with the city's staff members on several developments that I have done, ones that are now completed, underway, and ones that we can hopefully talk about in the not too distant future. It's a great thing that we're here tonight, that we're at the Meyer Theater, downtown, because although the mayor is going to talk about the successes of the entire city, the downtown is truly the heartbeat. It's the barometer for our overall health as a city. The rebirth of this facility in which we're sitting, and soon the backstage, the brand new part next door, it's a little microcosm of what we've seen not only downtown, but what we've seen in the entire city as well. So why is downtown so important? Why do we always talk about it? And in my opinion, it's two reasons. The first off is it's the image for what people think of our city as a whole. When you come into town for a Packers weekend, you're not tweeting about the pasta at Olive Garden. Scattered applause, I love that. It may be great, but people are really talking about that Titletown rooftop and how great it is. The lighting, the pavers, the banners, the flowers downtown, it's a big thing. The second reason is math. Downtown is a financial multiplier that lets the whole rest of the city hum. 3 examples to this. My parents are here somewhere tonight. The home in which they still live in the Preble area and where I grew up, on about a little over half an acre of property, they pay about $6,000 a year in property taxes. A few blocks east of here, my townhouse project, which is now completed, all 10 units on about the same amount of property pay $35,000 a year in property taxes. 3 blocks to our north, City Deck Landing, now fully occupied, fully leased out, they'll pay well over $100,000 a year in property taxes. Now, we'll all go home tonight. The water will come out of the tap, the toilets will flush, God willing. The cost to do that goes up every year, even if you don't see it in the property tax bill. So as we try to keep taxes stable, or in a perfect world, bring them down a little bit, we need to leverage where we can, the tax base that we can. To get 20 times the value downtown than we can out in far reaches of the city is the way we do that. And this is where we need leadership. It really all comes down to leadership. We need elected officials who share that vision, that push for the things that we do, realize that we're on a pursuit to be the best that we can be, and quite frankly, don't politicize one area of the city against another. We're all in this together to make it a great Green Bay. So ladies and gentlemen, you made it. Please welcome, with his 2016 State of the City Address, Mayor Jim Schmidt.
Garrett, hi everybody. Thank you, Garrett. All right, that's nice. Thank you very much. Thanks, Garrett. Garrett and I have different barbers. You know, Garrett, thank you for that kind introduction and for your commitment to our community. I truly enjoy collaborating with young professionals like Garrett. You know, it's imperative that the city of Green Bay retains and recruits young talent like Garrett in order to remain competitive with other growing cities. City Council members, friends, family, and honored guests, welcome to my 2016 State of the City Address. I'd like to start by giving a very special thank you to my wife, Donna, and daughters, Laura, Greta, Anna, and my new son-in-law, Rob. It's funny to think Anna was 9 years old when I was first elected. Without my family, I'd not be here, and I wouldn't be delivering my State of the City address for the 13th time as mayor of this great city. Some think 13 is an unlucky number, but just remember the lucky llama we had down here on New Year's Eve. That was an awesome event. And don't worry, I covered our bets. We secured the llama for the next couple of years. You know, tonight we're going to review last year's accomplishments and look forward to my vision for 2016 and beyond. We're going to do this through my morning routine of reading the newspaper. This edition is called the State of the City Times. This paper contains a variety of sections, interesting articles, and much more local news. The city of Green Bay continues to grow in potential each and every day. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the 12 city council members and all the candidates running for office. This election cycle, 31 candidates are up for consideration for your vote. When our community is actively engaged, it makes for great representation and keeps our elected leaders accountable. The city of Green Bay had a remarkable year with numerous newsworthy awards and recognitions. According to Zip Recorder, Green Bay is the fifth best college town in which to find a job. We're one of the 5 top NFL markets with a growing tech economy, one of the top cities for millennials, and a top 10 city in which to start a business. Green Bay was voted the best city for football fans and most friendly and engaged NFL fans by WalletHub. We were recognized as one of the 10 untapped beer cities poised to blow up. Not sure about that. One of the best mid-sized cities to make a living and one of the best cities for well-being. Also, Green Bay is the first community in Wisconsin with AT&T fiber-ready business parks. Green Bay Packaging, KI, and NWTC all received the 2015 Green Masters Award for their Wisconsin Sustainable Business Council practices and their continued effort to embrace sustainability. And according to American Community Survey, we're averaging more than 100 new manufacturing jobs per year, and the New North data shows unemployment rate is down to 3.6%, the lowest in more than a decade. We're not only great at commerce and fiscal health, but we're also leading the way on wellness. Most recently, the Well-Being Index by Gallup Healthways named Green Bay one of the happiest communities in the country, citing such factors as purpose, social experience, financial management, community, and physical state. And if you look at this list, we're the only city from Wisconsin and only one of 3 from the Midwest. We need to continue this momentum and continue to be a place of choice for all people. You might ask, how can we possibly grow even more as a community and do even better in 2016? Well, we can and we will. We're working together to lift the lives of those who call Green Bay home. Mayors know that people want quality education, safe neighborhoods, and excellent infrastructure. Our education options are made available through partnerships and promotion of our private and public schools, offering programs such as the International Baccalaureate Program, Culinary Arts, Advanced Technology and Manufacturing, the Institute of Fine Arts, the School for the Gifted and Talented, and project-based learning. We also ensure every child is ready for the next step in their educational processes through Achieve Brown County. The Greater Green Bay community serves as an epicenter for higher education in Northeast Wisconsin with St. Norbert College, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, the Medical College of Wisconsin, Green Bay, and the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. I want to congratulate Chancellor Miller and the students, staff, and faculty at UWGB as they celebrate their 50th anniversary this year. And congratulations to both the men and women basketball teams making the NCAA tournament. Chancellor Miller, I know you and your wife Georgia are here. You want to stand up? We want to say thank you. You know, not only educational institutions are sought out by many, but living options in Green Bay continue to impress. From the development of Garrett's Whitney Park Townhomes to City Deck Landing and Metro Apartments, the newest residential development, kitty corner from here, our city's providing our residents with more and varied options for living. When you live in Green Bay, you live in a great city, and equally as important, you live in a great neighborhood. We now have 42 neighborhood associations and a nationally recognized neighborhood program called Green Bay Leadership Council. I want to give a quick shout out to the Marquette Park Neighborhood Association for being named the 2015 Neighborhood of the Year. The neighborhood associations work on community events such as Red Smith's National Night Out, Astor East River's Neighborhood Carnival, Navarino's Reading in the Park, and Nicolay Drive's Drive 35, all having focus on creating quality neighborhoods. I can tell you it is working as our new Homes in Your Neighborhood program is seeing unprecedented success with multiple new single-family homes being built in downtown neighborhoods. We even had a downtown home featured in the Showcase of Homes this year. We can further leverage neighborhood involvement through our inspections division, where this year we will roll out 3 new initiatives aimed at keeping our neighborhoods clean, maintained, and clutter-free. First is Operation Takedown. You know those random signs in the right-of-way that say, "We buy your houses," or "Need cash fast." Through this initiative, citizens can report this clutter to the inspection by phone, email, or an online complaint form. Staff will investigate the sign's owner and follow up with a citation to the company. The citation will remain open for 1 year in order to assure compliance. Second, the Zombie Property Initiative. There are about a dozen vacant, foreclosed, or abandoned properties where the owner and the bank have walked, and the property sits vacant, bringing down property values in surrounding homes. To remedy this problem, this initiative involves a series of steps, including creating a new ordinance to place these properties under the city's control for rehabilitation and return them to home ownership. Thirdly, the Inspection Academy. We'll take our inspectors and their presentations on the road to neighborhood associations and community groups for educational purposes. These presentations will enable residents to learn ways to keep their neighborhoods aesthetically pleasing, learn how to file complaints, understand basic knowledge of city ordinances, policies, and procedures. This will help keep our neighborhoods maintained. Also, I want to ensure residents that my administration is working diligently with staff from the Green Bay Water Utility and the Redevelopment Authority to develop a policy and a financial strategy to eliminate any remaining lead-based water laterals on both the public and the private side of the terrace area. This policy will go to the City Council in the next 60 days. Residents will continue to be provided safe drinking water and excellent customer service from all our staff at the Green Bay Water Utility. And I want to thank Nancy Quirk, our director, and her team for proactively addressing this concern. In addition to quality neighborhoods, Green Bay's businesses are providing excellent employment opportunities with companies such as Schreiber Foods, Associated Bank, the various hospitals, and so many more. Companies are reinvesting, like Tri-City Glass, with an impressive second-story expansion and addition of 12 new jobs. The new Shell station on East Mason Street cost nearly $2 million, and Breakthrough Fuels expansion above the backstage at the Meyer Theater brought another $4 million in reinvestment and doubled employment in this young company. And how about Ashley Prangy of Au Naturel Cosmetics on Main Street, who continues to grow her modern organic line of makeup? Ashley recently won the prestigious Current Young Entrepreneur of the Year award for her continued investment in our community. These and other developments continue to grow our tax base. The total value of our city is just over $6 billion, with $62 million in new tax base coming online last year alone. Combine this fact with the efficient services provided by our hardworking city employees, and the result is a lower tax rate. In fact, our city is experiencing lower taxes for the 4th consecutive year. I want to commit to holding the line on property taxes once again in 2017. In the budget, you will also see that we continue managing debt while working to keep our city fiscally stable. The data-driven decisions-making processes with improved outcomes and enhanced technology employed by our staff will lead to more efficient operations and ultimately save money for the taxpayer. One major technology improvement is our Tyler Munis financial system, which was fully implemented last year and continues to improve data management. That's just the start. we're closer to rolling out a mobile inspections reporting tool that will allow residents to take a picture with their cell phone and instantly report the issue to an appropriate city department with a corresponding data tracking number. With this new tool, the city will illustrate that using technology to enhance services is effective and efficient. As we continue to become more efficient through technology, coupled with our safety manual and training, we've reduced the employee injuries and worker compensation costs. Worker compensation costs in 2015 were down 16% compared to 2014 and 44% compared to 2013. Compared to other Wisconsin cities, the City of Green Bay's worker compensation costs are 7 to 35% lower than comparable communities. This equates to major savings and a more productive and healthy workforce. One of my favorite technology improvements was announced a year ago with the city's ownership of Green Bay Public Television. Since that announcement, we have the station up and running with its own web page and YouTube channel containing on-demand programming. The station's located on the 4th floor of City Hall. You can watch everything from Green Bay City Council to the local school board meetings. This is good, but we can do more. I'm looking to increase the quality and quantity of our original content this year, and I need your help. Green Bay Public Television will air a new show called Green Bay Proud, where local community organizations can educate the public about their mission. It's a great way for citizens to see what is going on in the community and what they can do to help those around them. From the Optimist Club Youth Initiatives to the Rotary Free Enterprise Award or the Suicide Prevention Group to the Future Phoenix program, if you have interest in creating a show for Green Bay Proud, please contact our station at gbpt@greenbaywi.gov. Episode 1 of Green Bay Proud will feature our Public Works Department and their work on recycling and composting, as well as what neighbors can do to assist in stormwater management to keep our city running smoothly. Speaking of Public Works, we're working on an exciting new product that could revolutionize the way we repair streets here in Green Bay. In the year ahead, we will analyze the hot-in-place asphalt recycling system, a new street resurfacing technology with the potential to double the length of resurfaced streets. This service will not replace the traditional street reconstruction, but instead it will be an additional enhancement to keep our streets maintained. This test pilot will be scheduled this calendar year. Now, I'm going to be calling this machine the Granier, not because it's grinding and resurfacing a street near you, but get it, grinding near? But because this project and the whole department is led by Steve Granier, who just came back from Mexico yesterday. Steve, I told you you'd be worth the day early. Major reconstruction projects are in process on Mather Street, Gray Street, and the much-anticipated Webster Avenue project with Ayers & Associates starting the design work this spring. Public Works is not the only department taking care of our streets. Our police department does an incredible job as well. On February 1st, we swore in our new Chief of Police, Andrew Smith. Chief Smith was selected from nearly 50 candidates and comes from us from Los Angeles Police Department, where he spent 27 years. He's a strong believer in community policing and in building trust and mutual respect between the community and the police department. Chief Smith, we welcome you to our community and look forward to your continued leadership in our community-based policing efforts. Chief, are you here? All right, stand up there. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, Chief. You know, the Chief has inherited one of the best police forces in the country, which through a strong focus on community policing is experiencing the lowest crime rate in more than 10 years. Violent crime was down 13.6% in 2015, and overall crime is down yet again. This is on top of a decline of 13% from 2014. I want to thank the brave men and women of the Green Bay Police Department for all they do for our city. Right on. You know, as we work to recruit the best and the brightest officers to ensure the safety of our city, we need to make sure that they are outfitted with the best technology and physical enhancements. In 2016, the police department will add new equipment, including body cameras, a mobile command center, and lighted paddles for crossing guards. Now, you may not think that lighted paddle thing's a big deal, but let me tell you how this happened. I was driving to the Croc Center, and it was late afternoon, And it was dark, and the crossing guard was out there with her little sign, and I hardly saw her, so I pulled over and I said, hey, I hardly saw you. You need a flashlight or something. She said, why don't you buy us lighted paddles? So I did. And they're working. So last year at this address, I committed to funding a spatial needs assessment for a new police station. I'm proud to say that we're moving forward with the assessment, and we'll have the contract awarded within the next 60 days. With a spatial needs assessment in hand, we can move forward with an RFP for architectural services. This process will take time, but will help us continue to attract the best and the brightest when it comes to public safety. On the other side of public safety services is our fire department, led by Chief David Litton. Thanks to a collaborative effort between the Green Bay Water Utility and the fire department, Green Bay is the first and the only Class 1 ISO rated department in the state of Wisconsin. The chief also successfully negotiated a private-public partnership with local industry to purchase a new state-of-the-art fireboat. We love our waterfront. Marathon Petroleum, U.S. Oil, Citgo, Cenex, and West Shore Pipeline formed a coalition to contribute $225,000 toward the purchase of this boat. This new boat provides the capability to fight fires on the water or along its shoreline and features water rescue, side sonar, and night vision to locate boats, people, and objects using heat signatures. When it comes to challenging issues, none are more pressing than the need to address drunk driving. I read a confidential police report every morning. I understand we're a big city and things happen. However, I've had it with the continued OWI arrests, and I refuse to accept the idea that, well, that's kind of our culture, or that's how it's always been. After attending the wake of James and Wendy Rush, a loving couple killed by yet another drunk driver, I decided to quit waiting for Brown County or the state of Wisconsin to fix the problem, and decided we, as a city, must take a leadership role and decisive action. I appointed Chief Smith and Chief Litton as co-chairs to lead a task force working with elders and community leaders to bring effective change. I'm asking this group to work with Father DeMuth of St. Elizabeth Seton and his Responsible Alcohol Use Committee to consider every potential solution and ultimately bring a list of achievable recommendations back before the City Council this year for approval. Hopefully, our actions will be noted by other communities and counties to make measurable changes to reduce drunk driving for everyone. These challenging issues are solved through a collaborative approach, and I'm fortunate to have a talented senior staff working with me on these issues. You know, as mayor, I have 11 direct reports that make up my senior staff. This is a dedicated group of leaders who work hard to make our city a better place, and as a group, we believe in ongoing training and education. Just a few months ago, we spent 2 days in senior development with faculty teaching us how to become better leaders. We studied national surveys and practices which we can apply to our individual departments here in the city. This same group took time from their busy schedules to learn from Lieutenant Jeff Engelbrecht how to respond to an active shooter situation in the workplace. You know, good things happen in Green Bay, but bad things can happen too. I want to take a moment to thank my senior staff for everything they do. Thank you, senior staff. You guys are awesome. You know, no one person can do it alone. Not only do I have a great senior staff, but I'm also blessed to have countless partnerships in our community working on various initiatives. One of our strongest partners when it comes to economic development is the Greater Green Bay Chamber of Commerce. I'm happy to have their new vice president of the chamber here, Peter Zeringer, at the table helping us move the community forward. Peter, who's here tonight, will work closely with the city's economic development department. You know, we're now at a good place to double down on the entrepreneurial and international marketing. Locally, we're feeling the vibe with new and expanding businesses, and we need to market these strengths in partnership with the chamber. Some of our key local accomplishments include the Cannery Public Market and Titletown Office Suites, a $4 million investment, the KI Convention Center and the Hampton Inn renovation, which opened in July with a combined cost of over $33 million. City Deck Landing, featuring 76 fully occupied apartments, and Red Lewis's Automobile Gallery, which will rival any car museum in the country. To show how vibrant and diverse our downtown has become, 2 ribbon cuttings were held on the same night. Wells Fargo Financial and the production farm, both on downtown, which was awesome. One company manages millions of dollars of client investments, while the other empowers foster care children through filmmaking. Both businesses are attracting young, talented people who will be instrumental in making our downtown vibrant. 2 blocks apart, half-hour apart, same night. It was awesome. Several additional projects will take shape this year ahead. These projects include the opening of Metro Apartments this fall, kitty corner from where we are, with 107 units and amenities this community has yet to experience. Hotel Northland will open later this year with 5-star rooms, a jazz lounge, the Gridiron Sports Pub, and the state-of-the-art spa. I hope you'll join me for this much anticipated ribbon cutting later this year. I'm already planning next year's State of the City reception. You know, I have like a reception at the latest and greatest, so tonight it's here at the backstage. A year from today, it's going to be held in the Crystal Ballroom at the Northland. We also partnered with Veerbecker and Associates to complete a master plan development and pedestrian traffic in the uptown area just east of Lambeau Field. And over in the Broadway district, things are once again on the upswing, thanks largely to DDL Holdings, who secured the remaining acreage on North Broadway. You know, I know there's still some hurt feelings over passing on the Walmart Superstore, but give this a little more time. These guys know what they're doing. They will create a more significant tax base and keep the uniqueness of our downtown. We're also closing in on a development at Schauer and Schumacher to renovate the building for entertainment and upscale housing. This whole block is a development opportunity for our community. Next to Schauer and Schumacher is a small 2-story commercial building connected to the old Vic Theater. We're working on a master plan with interested parties to rejuvenate this area. Another restored theater that offers music and theater education with coffee house music and small-scale sponsored would nicely complement the efforts here at the Meyer Theater as we work to bring more theater and arts to our community. Our vision goes one step further. The small building between Schauer and Schumacher and the Vic, we'd like to see repurposed into Wisconsin's only Music Hall of Fame. We don't have a brick-and-mortar Hall of Fame here in our state. Now think about this. Every year, a state committee could induct someone or a group into the Wisconsin Music Hall of Fame. Maybe some dead, some alive, like Liberace or the Schmidt Brothers, or Vic Ferrari or Andy and Alex. The museum could then partner with other like facilities, and we could offer a walkable museum package in downtown Green Bay where you can tour the Car Museum, a Titletown tour, the Neville Museum, and the Music Hall of Fame. Be awesome. Other great assets in the downtown include the YMCA, a $12 million renovation project starting this year, which will attract young talent to the urban core while also furthering their mission. On the east side, we continue to see major investments, including Strategic Behavioral Health, American Flex Pack, and the Sunset Inn B&B, which just broke ground last week. Then, of course, we have the Catalyst on University Avenue with Festival Foods and Quick Trip. This $17 million development will serve the surrounding neighborhoods and the east side of Greater Green Bay. And how about the Farmery project at NeighborWorks? Talk about unique big city concepts. This project recently completed its first vegetable harvest using urban aquaponics system, making indoor farming a reality in our city. I want to thank Wells Fargo and the U.S. Conference of Mayors for their contribution and assistance in moving this project forward. You know, we love development and how it increases our stature as a city and helps us attract the talent we need to move forward and stay competitive. Now, this sounds like we're doing a lot, and we are, but we need to do more, and we need to do it now. It's competitive out there, and we need to invest now to assure sustainability and the attraction and retention of quality talent in the future. One of the top priorities on the agenda is to properly invest the $5.3 million in excess stadium sales tax. I want to thank Representative Steffens, who's here tonight, for authoring the bill that sent this money back to the municipalities. Thank you, Representative Steffens. You're awesome. I also want to thank Representative Gingrich, who is here, and County Executive Streckenbach for supporting this legislation. So we hosted 2 community listening sessions for input on how this money should be spent. We heard some great ideas. Bottom line is we need to turn our $5 million into $10 million. My number one priority is to build an outdoor events center on the Greenfield site off Broadway. This site was purchased by the city over 30 years ago and has not generated one single dollar of economic development. We have a real opportunity here with the experienced ownership group in Big Top Baseball with a history of effectively managing facilities and running top-notch events. This $9 million project will host 36 home Bullfrog games, 4 to 6 concerts featuring national acts. We'll secure collegiate minor league soccer team, host dozens of youth baseball, soccer, and football events, high school athletics, and youth clinics, along with many other community-based festivals and events. This wide array of affordable, family-focused entertainment spanning more than 100 days out of the year will spill into additional taxable development in the surrounding neighborhood. We've already secured a $2 million development in an area adjacent to the Greenfield site. Let's call this area Midtown. So we have our downtown, Midtown, Uptown, and Titletown. Developers are inquiring about available Broadway sites. You know, this is the first time in my tenure that I've received calls from investors interested in this part of our city. Even the alderman from that district stated at the last council meeting that this area has been neglected for the past 40 years. That's how long he's been the alderman. We should also, all right, moving on, I know. That was questionable. It was like, should he leave it in or not? But it's my speech. All right, we should also consider using some of this money to upgrade our bridge lighting throughout downtown with high-efficient LED bulbs. Look what we could do with our bridges. Red on Valentine's Day, green on St. Patrick's Day, and of course, green and gold on game day. We have work to do, but I'm excited to build on our successes to attract creative talent to the downtown, midtown, and uptown. I hope this community will get behind these catalyst projects. I want to thank Connor Kaola and Vern Stedman and the Green Bay Bullfrogs for partnering on this significant investment in our community. Connor and Vern, are you guys here from the Bullfrogs? Thank you for being here. Yes, no? Yes, I think you are. All right, a round of applause for these guys. You know, when thinking about hard work, another city department comes to mind, our team in human resources. They are slated to have a busy 2016. The year starts with the development of a classification and compensation study in partnership with Carlson Detman Consulting. The study will give us data necessary to ensure competitive wage structures and the ability to recruit the best and the brightest. Next, they will assist me with an ambitious health and wellness initiative called Health 1265. I'm proud to stand here tonight and roll out Health 1265, a comprehensive approach to employee health care. We picked 1265 because we all know that 1265 Lombardi Avenue is the home to champions, and we expect this program to allow every employee in the city of Green Bay to become champions of their own health and wellness. In an age when health insurance costs continue to rise, Health 1265 can reduce insurance premiums. All I ask is that employees get engaged with their personal health, take a health risk assessment, and participate in wellness activities. In this plan, the goal is to earn 1,265 points over the course of 1 year, and it all starts with a health risk assessment. From there, employees can earn points through prevention exams and wellness activities. Additionally, active participants in 1265 can earn personal benefit account dollars. Employees who successfully achieve more than 1,265 points a year will be added to our drawing for the ultimate Packer Game Day package. On the other hand, if you choose to ignore your personal health and push health care costs onto the taxpayer, you'll be expected to pay a much higher premium. We want to be a model for other businesses and other municipalities. To kick off the program, we're bringing in John Scheer, also known as That Guy Nurse, who's a strong advocate for 1265. I want to thank Lynn Bolin and her team in Human Resources for working diligently and thinking outside the box on this impressive program. Thank you, Lynn. When it comes to community wellness, we're part of several initiatives in including Move with the Mayor Challenge, as well as an effort to make Brown County a blue zone and Live 54218's Bike and Walk to School days. I believe it's important that we have healthy community, that we live in a healthy community, that we work together to achieve this. Our Parks Department was selected as one of the top 5 national park and recreation agencies which play a vital role in public health. Members from Prevea Health and our Recreation Department presented our partnership project called Prescribed to be Fit at a national symposium on Parks and Rec in public health at Indiana University in February. We know creative and talented people want to work in a high-tech culture focused on wellness. City Hall and the City of Green Bay is becoming that environment. I want to thank our park staff and numerous community partners for tackling this challenging issue through innovative and bold approaches. You know, the Park Department is also responsible for operating and managing Bay Beach Amusement Park, which had another record-setting year in 2015 with new highs in revenue and ridership. We're thrilled to have hosted over 3 million riders for a second straight season. This means we can continue to expand this community gem, leading to our next larger endeavor, putting the beach back in Bay Beach. On June 27th last year, a Leadership Green Bay group organized an event to raise awareness of the potential for a beach at Bay Beach and to educate the community on water quality through fun and interactive activities. The strong response propelled staff to request $120,000 from the Stadium District Board to study the potential of restoring the beach. 2 other pending grants will provide all funds necessary to finish this study and ultimately apply for a permit to restore the beach. I'm happy to announce that we'll sign the first engineering contract for this project within the next 45 days. Although this may seem complicated and may take years to complete, I know we have the right team in place to see this through. As we continue to engage with the waterfront, develop community health, and explore healthier modes of transportation, the development of our trail system is a top priority. The Fox River Trail north of Main Street will be replaced this year, and the East River Trail connection will take a major step forward. This plan provides a safe route for pedestrians and bicyclists to travel from the Fox River Trail to Joannes Park, which ultimately connects to the existing East River Trail and Baird Creek trails. This section of trail will serve as the missing link to surrounding communities in downtown Green Bay and connect over 40 contiguous miles of trail. A renewed focus on bike and pedestrian safety led us to changing the name of our Traffic Commission to the Bike, Pedestrian, and Traffic Commission. I want to thank all the bicyclists from Green Bay Bike Collective for your involvement and for coming here tonight. On this evening every year, I have the proud honor to recognize the Employee of the Year. You know, we employ over 1,000 people in the city of Green Bay. And for the first time in my 13 years, we have 2 winners. It's a duo, and this duo has an unbelievable work ethic and a positive attitude to match. I'm greeted by both of these people each and every evening after hours when City Hall closes. They're the cleaning ladies. These people are awesome. They routinely lift my spirits and remind me why I do this job. And I'm happy to congratulate Cheryl Komrowski and Gene O'Brien for their hard work and dedication to the city of Green Bay. Yeah, they're awesome. I tell you, they're just great employees. I want to thank all the city employees for the hard work each and every one of you do. In closing, I want to reference an article I read in this month's Atlantic. Now, the Atlantic is an award-winning monthly literary and cultural magazine. And the article named 11 signs a city will succeed. This is an interesting article. Actually, Peter and I were talking about this. And when you read these articles, you're always like, oh, I wonder how we're doing as a city compared to this. This article was put together by a couple, 2 people who traveled a private plane to over 200 cities, over 50,000 miles to cities throughout the United States. And they came up with this list that 11 signs a city will succeed. And let's just take a moment to review this list and see how our city of Green Bay matches up. So number 1 is national politics seems a distant concern. I know that's a little weird with Trump and Clinton here tonight, but when I read the article 2 weeks ago, I will tell you, with all the events that I do, and with you being here tonight, and I know you could be a couple other places, this community cares more about the local politics and what's going on in the county and the city, and that's where their interest lies versus the national political scene. Two is you can pick out the local patriots. Brad Toll and Lori Radke, Mike Haddad, Jeff Merkis, Susan Finkel. I mean, we have people that make this city work, and they're visible and they work hard. Number three is public-private partnerships are real. You look at the G Line, which is just one example of the city of Green Bay and the Packers working together to roll out a free bus route connecting their Titletown to our Titletown. Also, you look at the partnership here at the Meyer Theater with Breakthrough Fuels. We do have public-private partnerships that are real. People know the civic history. This year marks the 200th anniversary of Fort Howard, and of course, everyone knows the 90-plus years in history of the Green Bay Packers. Number 5, they have a downtown. We're good. Number 6, and we do. Number 6, they're near a research university. And look at how blessed we are. UWGB, a Division I university, doing more research each and every year. Number 7, they have and care about a community college. Nothing better than NWTC, which is in the top 4 technical colleges in the country, could be named number 1 in the next couple weeks. Number 8, they have unusual schools. When you look at the City Stadium Automotive at East High School, Da Vinci, the Fine Arts, IB at Chapel and West, we do have unique, unusual schools. Number 9, they make themselves open. We're a welcoming community, becoming more diverse and embracing our diversity every day. Number 10, they have big plans. Check. Number 11, they have craft breweries. And get this. Not only do we have them, we have the best. Titletown Brewing was named the best brew pub in America. So how about that? We got the best and we got them. As we look to the year ahead, we see many new and exciting events and activities coming to the city. Starting with new rides at Bay Beach, we'll unveil the Bay Beast, the Rock and Tug and Ride, the Falling Star. An expanded gallery night presented by Merrill Lynch will build on the growing arts community in the old Main Street district, evidenced by the collection of new murals. We have open streets and Fit in the Park on July 16th. Plus this year, we'll roll out a brand new Park and Rec Expo. And as always, we'll continue re-engaging with the waterfront, with sailing education to the Green Bay Sailing and Paddling Foundation, and the popular Tall Ship Festival will be here August 4th to the 8th. And as I mentioned, August 7th is the 200th year anniversary of Fort Howard. So let's take time as a community to celebrate all of these wonderful activities. Again, I want to thank you all for being here and making the city great. It's wonderful having a leadership role to witness our collective transformation into a world-class city. It's my honor and privilege to serve as the mayor of Green Bay. I'm proud of what we have done and more proud of what we're going to accomplish. I want you to please join me, my family, and all of us guests tonight at the reception at the backstage at the Meyer Theater, which is connected to the Meyer Theater where we are. I wish that God would bless you, your family, and especially the city of Green Bay. Thank you.